Very fine. Good morning to all the students once again. And in the previous class, we had gone with the chapter of class 9, that is working of the constitutions. In the last class, we had dealt with the portion that after all, how many institutions were involved in coming up or framing up with any type of a law. We had chalked up and we had discussed also with the example, that is the example of the office memorandum. Office memorandum regarding the reservation of seats for the SEBC at 27%, and prior to that 22.5% seats were reserved for the SCs and STs. Altogether, if we talk about the reservation in the government jobs, that comprised of 49.5% of seats. And we also saw that Parliament as a body that legislated the law, permanent members of the ministry, they implemented the law, who are basically known as the executive. And nothing goes wrong, everything remains to be secured. If there is any type of a dispute, then it was the judiciary who virtually used to, or they tried to interfere in between to chalk out the disputes. Now, in today's class, we would be better discussing about the need for the political institution. In a democracy, the working of a country cannot be possible without institution. Every institution over here has got its various works and they are duty bound to perform their activities. We have seen in some of the examples that how the government works, how the government is working. We have gone with an example, and that example was the office memorandum which we studied in the last class. Governing a country involves various type of activities. It is very fine and clear to say that governing a country, it involves various activities. For example, take us the example like just of a simple house. एक छोटे से घर का भी अगर हम उदाहरण करते हैं तो we will find that how the entire functioning of a house takes place. It is the mukhya of the house or the head of the house who goes out to earn the livelihood, and after going out to earn the livelihood, according to their own process, according to their own plans and programs, everything, the activities are being sorted out, and then the work is carried out in a home. In the same way, in the government machinery or the working of a democracy, we will find that such activities which are being taken by the government, all such activities are being sorted out to various type of a department. In the office memorandum, taken for example, what did we see? We saw that the matter, that is the Mandal Commission report, that report came up. Where did it come up? It came up at the office of the Parliament. Parliament comprises of how many houses? It comprises of the two houses, that is the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha. The President, with the first address of the meeting, introduced the bill. After the introduction of the bill, the matter was legislated over there. Where? In the Parliament. That is the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha. After the matter got its majority support, it was then referred to the Rajya Sabha. And after referring it to the Raj Sabha, it went to the President for its approval. And after going to the President's approval, it went to the permanent executive members, that is the office of the Secretary of the Public Grievance, where that member, who is an executive member, he just implemented the program. After the implementation of the program or the policy or a law, there happened to be a dispute. There was boycott all over the country. There was molestation done by the students with regard to such a type of a law. And after the molestation, the Supreme Court interfered, the cases were filed, the writs were filed in the Supreme Court. In order to hear such writs, who interfered in between? It was the Supreme Court which interfered in the middle to chop out the policy or to look into the matter, whether the law implemented by the executive, whether the law legislated by the legislature is correct or not. whether it is null, whether it is right, whether it is legal. So everything was discussed by the Supreme Court. So we find that three bodies have come up, three agencies have come up in the total working of the democracy. The legislature, the executive, as well as the judiciary. The judiciary plans what? The judiciary plans for saving the democracy. It also sees to it that what laws are basically good for the country and what laws are basically not good for the country. It is the judiciary which tries to decide that matter. If there is any type of a dispute, it is the judiciary which interferes in the middle. So we find that it is the people which formulates and implements several type of various schemes. People, according to the demand of the people, schemes are collected and schemes are being taken into consideration by the government. Schemes and programs are taken into consideration by the government, and after when the ruling party sees to it that such law, such schemes, such programs are basically meant for the people, so that matter is referred in the parliament. And after when it is referred in the parliament, we all people know it through which channel that gets passed. वो कौन से चैनल से वो पास होता है, कौन कौन से स्टेप्स के द्वारा वो आगे बढ़ता है, everything we have seen it over here. So others have to implement their decisions. If disputes arises on this decision, it is the Supreme Court or the judiciary which will interfere into the matter. It is important that everybody should know who is responsible for doing what. It is important to know it, that who is responsible for doing what. For example, in the office memorandum, we have seen it that who is basically responsible. The origination of the bill. The origination bill of a bill is what? That is the, basically we can talk about it, is the demand of the people. लोगों के हित के बारे में सोचा गया तो रिजर्वेशन की बात सामने आई. When that report came up in the parliament, it is the legislators who discussed that in the legislature. I would like to draw your kind attention that at the union level, the same legislature is known as the parliament where the laws are implemented. And if we talk about at the state level, अगर हम state level की बात करते हैं, तो same legislative body is known as the legislative assembly. As a whole together, at the world level, it is also known as the national assembly. लेकिन हमारे देश में उसको हम पार्लियामेंट के नाम से जानते हैं, और राज्य में जो होते हैं उसे हम लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली के नाम से जानते हैं. So wherever any type of a law is made, wherever any type of a law is being discussed or debated, or where there are demonstrations, so all such type of things will take place only in the parliament or in the legislative assembly of the state. And after when it gets passed, it gets the approval of the president, it gets the approval of the governor, then it becomes a law. It will then go to the executive. So, to be crystal clear over here, we have to keep it in mind that only three agencies has come up. And those three agencies are what? They are the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. So we can say that various type of activities are being performed by different type of agencies, and such agencies are basically known as the institution. We cannot imagine the working of a democracy. We cannot imagine the spirit of a democracy without institution. Without any institution, the working of a democracy would be absolutely handicapped. Nothing could progress. So, these institutions are basically what? These institutions are nothing but the processes of rules and regulations which are to be done by them. ये एक processes हैं उन संगठनों के द्वारा जिनके द्वारा हमारा डेमोक्रेटिक स्ट्रक्चर सही तरीके से कामयाब हो सके, by which the working of the democracy may take place. It is important that everyone should carry on their own duty. Everyone should carry on their own duty means what? It means that all the agencies must go on with their own tasks. It is also important that these activities keep taking place even if the person in key position changes. What does it mean? The person may change, but the activities will not change. It means what? It means that for a few periods of a time, when the permanent members will retire, when the legislator after the 5 years of service, they may vacate their office of the Lok Sabha. After the general election, new members may come up in the Lok Sabha, new IAS officers, new executive members may come up in the several ministries as an IAS officer. They may change, person as a name may change, but the working of the democracy will flourish. But the working of the democracy and working of that particular chair will every time go on. There will not be any type of a hindrance, there will not be any type of a lacuna on the part that because of the change in that person, the working will not take place. This is absolutely absurd. People may change, but the working of the institution will go on. So, to attend to all these tasks, several arrangements have been made in a democracy or at the world at large. Several arrangements have been made how the working of the democracy will take place. That is called, such arrangements are called institution. उसी arrangement को हम लोग institution के नाम से जानते हैं. Had there been no arrangement, had there been no plannings, everything would have been something just like a haphazard method. Haphazard method means what? इधर उधर सब एक बौखने वाली काम जो होती है वही हो जाता है. और क्योंकि हमारा everything is in a planned manner, everything is in an arranged manner, so because of that arrangement, we can well say it to be an institution. We know it that the demand of the people will every time go on increasing and increasing. We know that there is every time demand of the people, the welfare of the people, the progress of the country. So, in a democratic setup, there will every time be the working of the parliament. And since there will be every time the working of the parliament, what happens? The constitution makers, they thought it proper. They took it for granted that whenever any law is to be made, whenever any amendment is to be made, whenever any abolishing of any law is to be done, all such type of things will be taken over by the parliament. That was taken for granted. क्या लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी के ही द्वारा यह फाइनलाइज किया जाएगा कि कौन सा लॉ बन के तैयार होगा, कहां पर क्या एबॉलिश होना है, कहां पर क्या चीज को ऐड कराना है. All such type of decisions have been taken by the legislature. Then the constitution makers also thought it better कि if the legislature is legislating the law, there should be someone, there should be a proper agency who will implement such type of a thing. Then they took it for granted that the implementation of any law, implementation of any policies or a program, that shall be done by the executive. Same is the case with that of the judiciary, which solves the dispute, which resolves any type of a matter where there is any type of a contradiction. So, what do we see? We have seen over here that the Prime Minister and the Cabinet are the institution that take all important policy decisions. So, coming to the conclusion over here regarding the need of the political institution, what do we find as with regard to the making of a law? The Prime Minister and its Council of Ministers, along with the Cabinet, they all were responsible in chalking out or coming together or formulating with any particular decision. The Prime Minister, along with the Council of Ministers and also the Cabinet Ministers, they were responsible in coming up with any type of a law. Secondly, second institution which have come up in our mind, दूसरा institution जो हमारे दिमाग में आता है वो क्या है? That is, after when the law was made, there must be somebody to implement it. So it was referred to the executive body. So executive is the second institution. Another one, if there was a conflict if there was a dispute, which agency, which body is there to resolve that? Though the next body to resolve that was the Supreme Court or the High Courts, where such laws are to be discussed, and they are to be taken into consideration, that whether it is correct or whether it is wrong. That is to be taken into consideration.